I mean, you say there's no I after enlightenment, but obviously you guys keep on functioning as people, as human beings in a body. So how is it different after what you call enlightenment from before?
In one way, it does not change a thing, because the human function just continues the way it is, and it was always like this. Yeah, we said it many times. You do not become something else. You do not become something at all. And what you already are is what you were already. So everything that happened before was not your choice, and there was nobody there. It was just a belief that you are that person, that individuality. And when you do not believe that anymore, the body is still there.
And with all of its functions, yeah? And you still wake up in the morning, you still go to sleep. The body-mind organism continues to function just exactly as it did before.
To think, to plan, even though it doesn't, it knows that there's no choice?
Thoughts still arise, and emotions still arise, and sensations, physical sensations still arise, yeah? The body-mind organisms continue to function exactly like it did before. As Daya said, in a way, nothing changes at all. It's not like you became something else. You were already what you were seeking, and all that happened is that you have a recognition of who you are.
And then again, everything changes. Because once you realize who you really are, this changes your relationship with yourselves and with others and with everything around you, actually. Because if you don't believe your own stories anymore, then life is much more lighter. And emotions, when they still come, I see them like waves. And this is something that for me, this is something that I like to talk about, because it was something that I had great emphasizing of. My emotions, I'm a very emotional person. And when waves of emotion used to happen, I didn't even see them as waves. I just saw a story comes and a feeling comes, and then what I did and what most people do is that they keep this story alive. And actually, the nature of emotions are like waves. Emotion come and then it passes away. And each time a wave like this comes, if you don't really hold on to the story about the anger or the sadness or whatever it is, then the wave is passing.
Not that you really can hold on to it, because even if you try, eventually it will pass anyway. Yeah?
Yeah.
You can try very hard. Eventually, any experience will pass.
So you never feel any resistance anymore to what appears, even to emotions?
Sometimes there's the experience of resistance, yeah? And then there's...
not a resistance for the resistance.
So anything goes.
It's
anything goes kind of game.
It's the same way for you. This is not different in any way or form. It is not like you choose your emotions, or like you choose your physical sensations, or like you choose your thoughts. They come, and then once they come, you become aware of them, yeah? It's not different in any way. Once they come, then you become aware of it, then you, and then you, what confuses people is that then they say, an emotion comes, I become aware of it, and then instead of saying, okay, look what came up. It came up the emotion of, I don't know, sadness. An emotion comes, and what I say is, oh, I choose to be sad.
And
no, you did. Yeah, and I'm sad. No, you didn't. You didn't choose anything. You did not know that this emotion will come, and you do not know when it will leave. It is not up to you to begin with. So there is no choice there.
So in many ways, after awakening and after enlightenment, in a way we can say, that comes the process, gradual process of not really getting identified with the emotion of identification of all kinds, you know, this is mine, this is me, all those things. They come, I still see this body as my body, and This body is his body, and it's good that it is like this.
I can see some very awkward moments if it were in the case.
But the identification with the identifications is like fading away with the integration and the process after awakening or enlightenment.
So you recognize it as your body, but you're not as identified with...
But identification also is a feeling. Identification can come.
The thing is, you cannot hold on to anything. There's nothing you can hold on to. Yeah.
Just let go. Let's let go.
Sometimes there will be the experience of identification. Sometimes there will be another experience, maybe of non-identification. It doesn't matter what the content of the experience is. Like Daya said before, it's like waves, and you know, the wave comes, the wave goes. Now there's this experience, now there's this experience, now there's that experience. It doesn't matter. Enlightenment is not about the experiences. It is a recognition of who is experiencing these experiences. Yeah? And so in a way, it's not different at all from how it was before. Everything continues just exactly the same way that it was before. Functionally, nothing changes, except there is no one there. And in a sense, it's funny to say enlightenment because nothing happens. It's not that there is such a thing as enlightenment.
You do not become somebody who is enlightened. And all this fantasy about becoming somebody else is something that is very important for people. A lot of people, they go on the spiritual search because they wish for their life to be better, for the suffering to vanish.
When I will be enlightened, then I will be not in pain, no suffering.
I will be in peace all day.
There's so many stories.
Full of love, pure love.
Yeah,
I will
compassion.
accept everything in the world.
I will never be sad, I will never be angry, I will never be in pain.
And it's a beautiful fantasy.
Oh yeah, and that's all it is. It's a fantasy.